we go. We're gonna have a chevron over here. We're gonna go ahead and do a low side probably, and there it is. And then we start sliding, and we missing parts of our body on the ground, and we turned into ash. Here we go. So let this be a lesson to always do a slow run on each side of the road you plan to ride. Never know what road debris can be left over from the trucks, rain, etc. How about instead of having to do the road twice, let's just do the road once and go from point A to point B at the appropriate speed. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go through here. We don't know what kind of debris there is, and this is why we do it at a track. Very narrow road. Road looks terrible, but we're gonna have some fun anyways. We're doing 70 now around this turn. Here we go. We're gonna have a chevron over here. We're gonna go ahead and do a low side probably, and there it is. And then we start sliding, and we missing parts of our body on the ground, and we turned into ash because MotoStars set us on fire. All right, so here we go. Let's just go ahead and take a quick look. I don't like this method of riding is to, do a slow run on each side. It's not what I like to do. I like to not waste my time. I like to get to where I want to go. Instead of doing it twice, it's kind of weird. It's like taking 3 lefts to make a right. Doesn't make sense. We're going to go over here, Brandon. And so we're going to do a little low side. So you see how it just kind of fell in? It just kind of fell in. Yeah, we pushed the bike a little too far down. And we lost traction. Okay, so we lost traction. We're gonna start slipping and sliding everywhere. Now our arms are gonna get scraped up. This is why you need to have your arm sleeves exactly the way they need to be. So there's a little strap so you can strap it down. You don't want it to flip open like this because now it doesn't do any good, does it? So we're gonna have road rash no matter what on that left arm, and it looks like it ripped open. So make sure you get some good gear. Looks like we got some Nikes in the chat. Looks like we got some regular jeans. And we're going to go ahead and take a nap in the grass. Okay, so make sure you guys are not hauling ass around corners and doing stuff like this. Doesn't make a lot of sense when you're by yourself. It doesn't make a lot of sense when you're with friends. The main thing is please get from point A to point B as safe as possible. Be a smart rider. All right, Mule Big Bang. That's the name. All right, sharp left turn. Please don't low side. Oh, you did it anyways. It's kind of weird how people are just low-siding on turns. You know what I mean? I don't get why people are low-siding so hard on these turns. The one thing that I like about cruisers is that it's kind of hard to low-side because when you're turning, you're scraping hard parts and then you low-side, but those... Oh, there must be something in the road then. I think there might be something in the road if he crashed too. A little bit of rain. But... yeah, cruisers and other bikes like that, you're scraping hard parts. It's a great indicator that we're leaning too hard. Let's see what happened. I think might be something in the road then. We were on the painted line though. Like we were crossing over. We hit paint. So he hit paint and it's wet. So it might have just started to rain. And then we have somebody else. Looks like he's right on the line too. So how about this, everybody? Don't ride on the line right after it rains. Some jurisdictions put granulate in the paint so that it's not slick, but you'd never know. I know a lot of places don't even do that. It's just a slick, straight, nice oil paint or whatever it is. And it basically blocks that aggregate that normal asphalt has, and it fills in the gaps so your bike tires can't grip as well. You can go over it and you can even ride on it pretty well, but once you start adding a turn and you start adding a little bit of wetness, you start adding a little bit of debris on top of that, it's slick. It's like ice. So, Cade, here we go. Oh, somebody's going a little off the road. Whenever I see a crash like that, I think of a collarbone breaking. Anybody else see that? Like when you slam your shoulder into the ground, you see football players breaking their collarbones. And I'm talking about American football. None of that stuff where it's legit. You're using the foot and the ball. I mean, come on. That makes too much sense. America does it differently. So when I see people doing that, I think of collarbone breakage. So when I think of that, I see what I can do to help alleviate that pain because you really want to keep that weight off of that shoulder. And the best way to do that is a sling and swath. We're going to go ahead and go up to here. And this is kind of the start of the video. So we're all having a good time. And, he's doing well. He's not. that person is doing well, that person way over there is doing well, and we're actually doing pretty well. So what is it that we can do to not be this person right there? What is it that we can do? Well, let's not go so fast. Let's make sure we're picking the right line. Make sure we're not going outside of our scope of skill, and actually, staying within the group. Okay, so if the group is passing you, though, what do? Well, you can go ahead and fall back. You can do your thing and get on your CARDO Pack Talk Bold and talk to them. So you don't have to go wide because it's outside of your skill. So what happened there was that he fell down, and there's that right shoulder smacking to the ground. So why did all of a sudden we dump the bike right when we got off the road? Well, loss of traction on the front tire and slamming the brakes, or just straight up loss of traction on the front tire. But there's that impact to the right shoulder. He seems to be doing fine. He might have hit his head right there. But once again, when you are witnessing your buddy or anybody else crashing, what should we do? Now we can put it up on the screen. Rescue another rider. Okay, we need to remain calm, ensure your own safety. So pull off the side, stop any major bleeds, and quickly assess the severity. Now, what's on the back side? Boom, right there. So it's going to give you a little more information. That comes with the trauma kits that we have, the rescue kits on our website. So that would be my biggest concern right there. It doesn't look like there's going to be anybody else on the road. So he's going to ensure his own safety, parked away. He's going to double check his buddy. He looks like he seems to be okay. He's kind of sitting up. My biggest concern with that is going to be, like I said, that collarbone breakage, and he's not really moving either. So we don't know the full extent of those injuries. So you quickly assess it and then move on. Reject the peer pressure PJ and D. Quote of the day so far. Real quick, I'd like to say thank you to CARDO for sponsoring this channel. I'm actually using their cool little headset thingy thing so I can talk to my kids on their CARDO Pack Talks. Make sure you guys grab yourself a CARDO Pack Talk. Bold, slim, freecom, whatever you want. With the link in the description, you get a discount. Anyways, let's get back. Going really fast, slow R1 rider, having a great time, going 90 miles per hour, crest of the hill. He's slowing down, kind of recognizes that. Oh, we got a big object in the way, law of gross tonnage. Hey, there's another one. Yeah, good job recognizing at least the second one. So this is one of those reasons why you don't, flip people off and look back. There might be something else around that corner willing to get you, right? So let's take a quick look. We're hauling ass through here. We're going 90 miles per hour. Hey, you do you. You do you. He's not a very slow R1 rider. He's a pretty fast R1 rider. We're going pretty fast here, but you notice how the hill, or the road, the road disappears right there. It looks like it just disappears. That's because that is the crest of a hill. So it's invisible until you get to the top and it's around it. So that's a very scary situation because you don't know what's around it. So what he did was slow it down. You see how he kind of slowed it down? Okay, so good. Maybe went from 90 to 70. I want you to do, 55 to probably 45. But we're going to do this. So he's about to do his turn, and he recognizes this big old semi, this big boy, getting into his lane. So we need to go ahead and plan our ride a little bit better here. So we're going to position ourselves for safety. We're already in a good position right here. You could be in lane position 2, but if you need to, you could switch over to lane position 3 once you saw this big boy. Go ahead and move over. And just make sure you stay in your line because this big semi does not want to go into your lane anyways. So we're going to go ahead and shake our head, maybe even look back and flip people off. And then, another big boy in the way. Now, the reason why we didn't see that, look at line of sight. You can't see it until you get around the object that's blocking your line of sight. And then as soon as you do, there it is. That's the big fear with blind turns, crest of the hills, objects like cars blocking your vision at intersections. Line of sight is the scariest thing and the one thing that you have to make sure you have as part of positioning yourself for safety. The line of sight, space cushion, and escape routes is what you need to be looking for. So we're going to go ahead and dodge that. So good job. You notice how we are in lane position 2 here, but then we start getting closer to lane position 1. See how we're in lane position 1 now? It's because he was doing his turn, wasn't really paying attention, looking left, started going, drifting left. So maintain your line. Stay on the outside, lane position 2, lane position 3, because we're already past an issue. And we're going to go ahead and have to swerve now, mid-turn, just to get around this. And look, it's not even that much on the line, but it's enough to give you a little poop in your pantalones. Moving on to the next one. All right, so we're going to go a little wide right here and crash. And now we're going to help out rescue Rigoberto Garcia. Oh, missing a piece. go take a look at what happened because I was talking the whole time. So he's going to be going through here. He's going to go ahead and take a left-handed turn, and we're going to go ahead and go a little too wide and hit some gravel and lose some traction. So it's basically just not turning. We decided not to turn on the turn. We decided to go straight on the turn and then hit some gravel. So the lesson here today, everybody, is to make the turn because it is a turn and you should be turning. Pretty simple, generalized information. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live. So make sure you check that out. But if you want to check out some other things like this video right here or this video right here, please do so. It supports the channel. Click that like button, by the way. Check into class. Anyways, I'll be seeing you around.